Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Now, it was just last month our crew was in Cleveland talking about the national conventions and all the politics that were going on. And one of the hot topics that was going on in Cleveland was whether or not people were going to be able to open carry their firearms. A lot of people said they were going to. Some people did, but it wasn't the big national spectacle some people was expecting it to be. It was just pretty much a few people. And to my knowledge, nobody got arrested for open carrying their firearms. People got arrested for other things, but not for that. And now we see that a judge is striking down some of Cleveland's new gun control measures. Now, the Cleveland mayor, Frank Jackson, he was still counting this as a victory because the city got to uphold its controversial gun registry. But a common pleas judge knocked out Cleveland's firearms ordinances in 4 ways. First was the definition of an automatic firearm, which included semi-autos capable of firing more than 31 rounds without reloading, to be unconstitutional. And let's stop right there and talk about this for a second, because they're basically trying to change the definition of what an automatic firearm is. Because I was watching the BBC one time, and it was so funny to me. And I'm not sure if the reporter didn't know or he just thought people were dumb enough to believe what he was saying, because he was talking about one of Cody Wilson's videos. We talked to Cody here. He does a lot of printable gun stuff. They showed a video of Cody, firing one of his firearms, and he kept pulling the trigger. And the guy's like, "Look at this fully automatic weapon." I'm like, bro, he's pulling the trigger. One bullet comes out, one bullet comes out, one bullet comes out. Automatic is you hold and multiple bullets come out. That was not what a fully automatic firearm is. So once again, they're attacking the definition of what a fully automatic firearm is. And they're saying if you can shoot more than 31 rounds without reloading, that makes it an automatic weapon. No, it does not make it an automatic weapon. They're trying to change the language to confuse people. The second held that no person could fire a gun within 500 feet of a park, playground, or recreation center owned by the city. Now, I understand why they have this in place. Of course, like if you have some place like a park, you have children there, you don't want them to get hurt. I understand the reasoning behind that. The flip side of that is if you have some female jogger who's out there by herself, some guy tries to drag her in the woods, is she supposed to say, "Okay, man, let's run 500 feet over here so I can shoot you with my little Derringer pistol"? No, that doesn't work in real life, so they overturned that, and that was a good deal. And the third, Cleveland seizure and confiscation ordinance, allowing police to collect weapons from those suspected of drinking or threatening a disturbance, violated state carry laws. That's good. And also, finally, the court held that an ordinance changing the penalty for defacing a firearm from what the state allows was unconstitutional. But it's not just in Cleveland where you have all these gun control measures. In California, they're battling what's become known as Gunmageddon. That's a horrible word, but that's what they're calling it. And this is an article out of Fox News. The laws, which take aim at the so-called assault weapons, enforce ammunition background checks. Now, let's dwell on this for a second. Ammunition background checks. This is what is known as backdoor gun control, because they understand they can't ban the weapons outright. They're trying to do it in many cases, but they understand that's going to be a big fight. So say, okay, we'll try to ban magazine size or make you register to get your ammunition. Now, you guys recall, you go back to all these videos of Feinstein or anybody else saying, there's no such thing as a gun registry. They want you to register your ammunition so they can know who has it, and they're going to put that into what? A registry. So the gun registry does exist, even though they like to act like it doesn't. And also, I believe it was the Daily Caller who brought the news a couple months ago how one of the, was it ATF, they were holding onto your gun regulation or your gun paperwork, even though they're not supposed to do that. They're ordered by law to get rid of that stuff, but they're holding on to it anyway. Also, and these things take effect on January 1st, and also the possession of high-capacity magazines. Now, let's define what a high-capacity magazine is. You go to Cabela's or you go to Academy or whatever your sporting goods store is, and you buy an AK-47 or an AR-15. It likely comes in the box with a magazine that holds 30 rounds. If it comes with a 30-round magazine, that is a standard capacity magazine. What they're trying to do, once again, is confuse the language. They're saying that if it holds more bullets than we want it to have, it's a high-capacity magazine. That's like saying if your scooter drives over, X number of miles, it's a Formula One race car. Like, no, it's still a scooter. You can't just change the definition and call it what you want. And also, any rifle with a detachable magazine will be defined as an automatic weapon, similar to what we were talking about back in Cleveland, where they're saying that if you can shoot more than 31 rounds, it's a fully automatic weapon or defined as an automatic weapon. And now they're saying this is an assault weapon if you can shoot your weapon with a detachable magazine. It's completely ridiculous. These people are just trying to change the language confuse people. And this is why you see those videos when we walk out in the street and we ask people to tell us what an assault weapon is or a fully automatic weapon is, and they can't tell us. It's because of things like this. These people have no idea what they're trying to ban. It's pretty obvious when you sit down and talk to these gun control guys, even some of the politicians, you ask them, what specifically are you trying to do? And they can't even tell you, like that famous clip. I want to say that lady was from Colorado. I'm just going off the top of my head here. I don't have it in my notes. But she was talking about the detachable magazine. She's like, we should just let people shoot these magazines because then they can't use them again. And we were like, well, you can reload a magazine. And this is the type of mentality that you're going up against with these gun control advocates. They have absolutely no idea in many cases what they're trying to do. Now, there are people who I do believe have the best of intentions. They just go about it in a different way than I personally would. Like we talk about open carrying or concealed carrying a firearm. You know, I want you to have the ability, not mandatory, but to have the ability to carry a firearm if you so deem it appropriate. Just like I'd want you to have the right to carry a pocket knife or pepper spray or any number of other things for you in that situation, because the police cannot be there to save you all the time. Likewise, or I guess on the flip side of that, they say carry nothing in your purse, don't carry pepper spray, don't carry a knife, don't carry anything, and just hope that people will come to your rescue if something was to happen, or the police will come and save you. That just really doesn't register for me. And something else that doesn't register to me, these self-driving cars. Now, in a way, I can understand they're being convenient if, let's say, you go out and you drink, you know, you want to have the car drive you home. For that, I can understand the practicality of it, but it's also very impractical, in my opinion, when you have so many videos of these things just going off the wall. We saw the video of the guy getting run over, which I shouldn't laugh, but I think that is such a funny video. This guy stands in front of the car and lets the car drive over him. Also, the story that's not as funny, or not funny at all, a guy was in a self-driving car. His car mistook a trailer on the back of a truck as being a clear blue sky, and then they drove into the trailer and killed the guy. So there's issues like that with it. So pick your poison. I'm not a self-driving car fan, but I also don't think it's going to bring about the apocalypse, as this author kind of jokingly says. It says, this is a glimpse of our future dystopian hellscape. And joking about it, I think they're a fan of the self-driving car, but to each his own. I personally do not plan to get in one. And let's talk about the EPA now in their oil spill. And this is what I want to talk to people about, not just about carbon taxes, but just about pollution in general. They always want you to pay some type of fine or fee or carbon tax if it's a carbon issue for something somebody else is doing. And I talk to these guys on the street. I'm like, do you own a factory? They say no. I said, do you own a fleet of semi-trucks? No. I'm like, why should you as an individual have to pay a carbon tax or pay for somebody else who's polluting, you know, whatever area? And that's what it makes me think when I look at this article. EPA withheld key info about a post-spill funding to the Gold King mine culprit. Basically, somebody had a massive spill at a gold mine. It cost EPA withheld key info on post-spill funding to Gold King mine culprit. Basically, they went out there, they had an incident, and they paid them $2.7 million not long after the incident. Once again, your tax dollars going to clean up somebody else's mess, and I don't think you should have to be subject to that. And finally, I'm going to end on this talking about the burqa ban that's been overturned in France. Now, I personally was not a fan of the burqa ban. I'm not a fan of the burqa as far as people being forced to wear it. If you're a woman and you choose to wear that, that's your business. But I don't like people's fathers or their husband or whatever saying that you have to cover up from head to toe to go outside. So they got rid of the burkini, as it's being affectionately called, on the French beaches, or overturned that ban on it. And once again, if you want to do that, that's your business. And in another note, I just want people to know this isn't the first time they try to ban an article of clothing. They tried to ban, or I guess they did ban, sagging in a Florida town. I understand sagging is not a religious thing, but just let you know this has happened before. And that's just a little bit of what's going on in the world today. Stay tuned after this break for more special reports.
We have the new product at InfoWarsLife.com, BioTrue Selenium.
We've had so many requests over the years for selenium, and just recently we were able to source a certified organic, bioavailable selenium from mustard seed extract. When you take selenium in the body, it actually benefits the detoxification systems in your body. It helps balance the thyroid gland. It helps detoxify.
Selenium is another one of those absolute must-haves.
The highest concentration of selenium is in the thyroid gland, but it's actually used all over the body. As a matter of fact, there's 25 genes in the body that are directly dependent upon selenium. So it really is a all-around nutrient that everybody really needs.
I'm taking it now every day. This is so key. BioTrue Selenium is the product, the best selenium that we could bring you. We believe it's the best out there at a very, very low price. Exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.